I start, just know this story is real, and it still scares me to this day. My name is Ravinder. I'm from India, but for the past several years, I've been working as a truck driver across Europe. I've been a long-time subscriber of your channel. During those long, endless night drives, I often listen to your horror stories. Many times, I wanted to share my own experience, but I always stopped myself. I thought people wouldn't believe me. But what happened to me, I still haven't forgotten it. Even today, whenever I pass by a lake or a forest at night, I feel a strange kind of fear. I don't usually believe in ghosts or spirits. In our field, there's exhaustion, loneliness, and sometimes overthinking. So at first, whatever happened, I kept convincing myself it was just my imagination. But then, there came a point where I had no explanation left. I used to drive across different routes in Europe: Germany, Austria, Poland, Slovenia. Truck driving there is very strict. We use something called a tachograph. It records everything: driving time, rest, brakes. Once your limit is reached, you have to stop, no matter where you are. Living inside the truck becomes normal. There's a bed, a fridge, a heater, everything. I also had a hobby: fishing. Whenever I could, I'd stop near a lake or a water spot, rest a bit, and do some fishing. One time, it was the end of winter and the beginning of spring. I was traveling from Austria to Germany. There was a lake deep inside a forest along my route. I had been there twice before. I parked my truck safely on the roadside and walked toward the lake. It was evening, quiet, unnaturally quiet. I set up my fishing rod, attached the bell, placed my torch. For the first 40 minutes, everything was normal. Then I started catching fish. I was actually enjoying the moment. Everything felt perfect. Then suddenly, I felt like something passed behind me. A very soft sound, like footsteps on wet ground. I turned and shined my flashlight. Nothing. I ignored it. But then, I felt something much worse. It felt like someone was standing very close to me, right near my head, breathing. Cold breath on the back of my neck. I jumped up and turned quickly. Nothing. Now, I wasn't comfortable anymore. Then, the bell rang. But the rod didn't move. It felt like someone was touching the bell, not the line. I checked everything. It was fine. Then again, the bell rang. Same thing. Sound, but no movement. I thought maybe another fisherman was nearby. But there was no one. No light, no sound, nothing. After some time, the rod pulled strongly. I grabbed it and started pulling the line. It felt heavy, but not like a fish. When it came out of the water, my heart stopped. It was hair. Long, wet, tangled hair, like it belonged to a woman. I froze. Then I forced myself to think logically. Maybe it's just garbage. I threw it back into the water. And right at that moment, the water reacted. Bubbles started forming, and they were moving straight toward me, like something underneath was coming closer. I stepped back. The bubbles stopped. Silence. Everything went still again. But now, I had this feeling. Something was watching me. I looked down at the ground. There were footprints, but something was wrong. They were only around my camp, not coming from the forest, not going toward the lake, just around me, like something had been circling me. And they weren't mine. That's when I felt it clearly. I need to leave. But I didn't. That was my biggest mistake. A little later, I looked into the water again. For a split second, I saw something. A face. Not clear. Just two dark spots where eyes should be. I blinked. It was gone. I checked my cooler. It was slightly open. Inside, there were wet strands of hair stuck to the fish. At that moment, I knew I was not alone. I shouted, "Who's there?" My voice echoed and died in the forest. Then, from far away, I heard something. It sounded like my voice, but distorted. I froze. That was it. I decided to leave. As I turned, the water behind me moved again, and slowly, long wet hair began rising from the surface. From deep in the forest, I heard a faint sound, like a woman crying. I ran. The path felt wrong, different, like the forest had changed. Then I felt it again. Something was following me. I stopped. It stopped. I walked. It walked. I finally reached the road. My truck was there, but there were wet handprints all over it. Long, human, but not normal. I rushed inside and locked the doors. Then, in the rearview mirror, for a second, I thought I saw something sitting on the bunk. I checked. Nothing. But on the mattress, there was a wet mark and a strand of hair. I drove away. Inside the cabin, a strange smell started spreading. Rotten, damp. Then I heard it. The bell. The same fishing bell. But it was in my pocket. Then dragging sounds. Knocking on the door. From one side, then the other. Then a heavy hit from behind. I got out. Nothing. And suddenly, the truck horn started blaring on its own. I ran back. The door slammed shut by itself. And then, in front of my headlights, she was standing there. A woman, long wet hair covering her face, dark, hollow eyes, skin like it had been in water for too long. She didn't move. She just stared at me. I froze. Then, my rest time ended. I started the truck, pressed the horn. She slowly moved aside. I drove, and in the mirror, I saw it. She was running behind my truck. After some time, everything stopped. After that night, I never went fishing alone again. And I never, ever went back to that lake. If you want more stories like this, subscribe to Mr. Dread, because the next one might be about you.